In this video, we are going to do one of the important tasks of the data cleaning, and that is right here. This is our categorical variable, which is a date, which is reservation status date. So I want to distribute this into the years, month and days. So that means for this value is a date, something like this. Let's say this is my date distribution. So I want to distribute it into the years and into the month and similarly into the day. So I'll just slice the part of it, and years will be 2022, month will be 12 month, and day will be 7. So in this way I want to slice our data and store in this format. So I will do it for all of them. So let us do that. So before doing that, you can see this was our categorical feature that we extracted previously. I want to store it somewhere. Let's say I want to store it in data cat. So I'll create a variable where I will store all this categorical data. Now over here, I want to distribute our data into the format something like this. So the attributes that we are interested in is the date time. So if I print maybe the head data categorical, here cat means a categorical, and if I took out only the head of it, then you can see we have this reservation status date. So I want to distribute it. So first of all, in order to distribute it, what we need to do is we need to convert this into the date time, because if you just check the type of this column, then at this time it is just a categorical data. So I need to convert this into date time. So I'll take the column which is data cat, and I want the reservation status date, which is this column that we are interested in. So if I print this, then you can see this is my data, and you can see this type is an object. So this we want to convert it from object to the date time. So for that I need to convert it. So I will convert it right here. So I'll just check, and I will take the pandas library, and we have this function to date time. So this is the function that will convert into the date time, and we are going to replace it right here. So I'll just copy it and paste it right here. So we take this date time, or this object which was initially just an object, we convert it to date time, and we store it again into the same column. Now if I run it, then we can see some messages, some error messages in fact. So if you want to remove these error messages, what we can do is we can import warnings, and from warnings maybe I can import filter warning. So filter warnings, so this can be used in order to remove the warnings, and using these filter warnings I can just ignore them. So now if I just run it one more time, then you will see this error message will be removed. Now you can see error message has been removed, and if I just print the data, maybe I can just copy it from here because I want to just print this thing, and if I run it, then you will see now the data type is now date time. Initially it was just an object, now it has been converted to date time. So now we have converted it to the date time. Now let us distribute it. So for distribution, what we can do is I can just take data cat, that is a categorical data. I can create a year column into it, and I will store year to it, and data cat, and I'll make maybe month column, and I will store the month to it, and finally I will also make a new column or the variable with a day. So see here, I'm going to extract it. So in the year we will have this portion of the year and month and day respectively. So let us extract the year first. So I want to first of all just get this part of the data, everything in my sense. So I will have everything here, and from this everything I want the year part. So datetime dot year. So this will extract the year part, and now I'll just copy this same thing and I'll paste here, and instead of year we have now month to extract. So I'll say month, and finally here we will extract day. So just change this. For year it is year to extract, and month and day. Now everything looks fine if I run it. Now next thing is to let us check if it has been successfully created or not. So in the data cat, if I check the head, then let us go over here and you can see year, month and day has been created. At the year we see the year, and the month we have the month, and the day of the year. Now this information is enough. Now we can remove this reservation status date because we no longer require it. All the information about it is right next to it. So we can remove this column now. So let us do it right here. I'll just remove the column. So data cat contains this. So from here I can call the drop function in order to drop the column. And what is that column that you want to drop is this column. So I'll just paste, this is the column that I want to drop, and I want the axis to be 1 because this is the column, and next is the in place, not in place, in place must be true. That means I want to drop this, and again after dropping I want to basically in place. So that means it will not create any other variable, rather it will do in place within itself only. So now let us run it, and let me show you. After we check the head of it, then you will find that now we don't have reservation date type. We have only the year, month and day. This information has been dropped, this column with this line. Okay, so this way we can distribute any particular column into the multiple columns. So if you use this type of information, this might not be relevant. So that was the reason we distribute it into the multiple attributes, because now we can use this year as a information, and this is particularly important than a single whole date, because if you use this whole date into the machine learning model, it might not have any meaning. But if we distribute it into the year, month and day, then we can individually use them and make it more meaningful. So that was the reason sometime we might need to distribute a particular column into the multiple columns. So that is all in this video. In the next video we will learn about feature encoding, which is very much important step as a data scientist, and we are going to learn about it in the next video.